What if Ronaldo and Messi both had the chance to be reborn, but they had to take each other's shoes? Messi will get the chance to play at different clubs, starting with Sporting and going round Ronaldo's career. Ronaldo, on the other hand, will join Barcelona before moving on to PSG and Inter Miami. It's not just the clubs that are switching, but both of them will be representing each other's countries instead to see how different everything will be. Throughout this video, we're going to be jumping through different time periods. The first time period we'll be jumping to is 2023, after Messi joins Manchester United. Then we'll be switching to 2029, when Messi joins Real Madrid. Or 2038, when he then moves on to Juventus. In 2041, Messi will join United again, and Ronaldo will move to PSG finally. In 2042, Messi leaves United for Al Nassr, while 6 months later, Ronaldo will join Inter Miami. Even though I've cleared the league history for the two clubs, a bunch of stuff remains, like the past milestones they've picked up for their actual clubs in real life history, and the club records still exist. But when you actually go to the players, Messi is a 15-year-old Sporting player, while Ronaldo has become a 17-year-old Barcelona player. I haven't swapped their ages, I've just taken 20 years off each player. So first up is 2023, where Cristiano Ronaldo has just finished his first season at Barcelona. He's done okay, scoring 11 goals across all tournaments over 24 games. It's not a bad start, but when we go across to Messi, we can see he's only scored 3 goals across 1 game in the league. 3 goals in 1 game was enough for Manchester United to notice Messi and bring him to the club. Now, we're going to move ahead to 2029, and we're going to stick with Messi, who has just completed his 6th season at Manchester United. Unfortunately, he was only able to win 2 trophies at the club, the Europa Conference League and the Europa League. He managed to collect 26 goals in Europe, however, during these 6 years, and 14 goals in cup competitions. Ronaldo, on the other hand, has increasingly got better. Not to the standards of real-life Messi at Barcelona, but he's managing to make a name for himself at least. He's gone on to score 26 goals in Europe and 15 goals in cup competitions. Not only that, so far he's won 4 league titles, 2 Super Cups and 3 Copa del Reys. And not to mention that Ronaldo was the first out of the 2 to win the Ballon d'Or in 2026. But now, in 2038, Real Madrid have noticed Messi and have decided to bring him along so we can finally have Messi versus Ronaldo in the same league. But let's start with the man who's been in this league since the beginning, and let's go check on Ronaldo at Barcelona. Ronaldo's been fairly consistent, but he's not at the levels of real life, but he's managed to help Barcelona at least. Not to mention he's doubled the league titles, added another Super Cup, added another Copa del Rey, and even managed to win the Champions League. Messi, on the other hand, has been performing much better than he ever did at Manchester United, scoring more frequent goals, even scored 42 goals in Europe and 26 in domestic cups, adding his total up to 58 goals in Europe and 40 in domestic cup competitions. Across his 9 years at Real Madrid, he managed to win 4 league titles, 6 Super Cup titles and 5 Copa del Rey titles. But Messi thought it was finally time to move on, and in 2041 he finally joined Juventus. If we jump ahead to 2041, we can see how Messi got on at Juventus, and just by these stats we can see, as a 31-year-old, he's done alright. Nothing is wrong with them stats in my opinion, and on top of those stats he's added 5 in Europe and 3 more in domestic cups, adding his new total to 63 goals in Europe and 43 goals in the cup competitions. But unfortunately, he only managed to win 1 title in those years at Juventus, the league title in 2040. But returning to Spain, Ronaldo's career at Barcelona has finally come to an end. He played fairly consistently through most of his career, but the last couple of years he started to drop off. In the real world, Barcelona couldn't afford to keep Messi, but it seems like maybe in this world, Barcelona decided to just release him at this point. Over the last couple of seasons, he's added 7 more in Europe and 7 more in the Cup, bringing his total up to over 100 goals in other competitions. Before leaving, he helped the club win a couple more La Liga titles, a couple more Spanish Cup titles, and a couple more Copa del Rey titles. But when comparing him to Messi's actual titles at Barcelona, he's got 2 less Super Cups, 1 less Copa del Rey, and 4 less Champions League. But he managed to get the same amount of league titles, and that's what's really important, I guess, isn't it? But now at the end of the season, Ronaldo has left for PSG, and Messi has left for United for his 2nd stint. Even though I had Ronaldo go to PSG as a free transfer at the end of the season, the game is saying that he moved for 600,000 for some reason, so I don't really understand that. But let's go to 2043 and see how Messi got on at United. And he started with no trophies. Not the best start. And not even the best amount of goals, only picking up 14 goals over a season and a half. Messi managed to pick up another 5 domestic cup goals, adding to his overall total. But where Ronaldo did his interview with Piers Morgan in real life, Messi did this one, and his contract got terminated. This would mean that Messi would go on to move to Saudi Arabia, where he managed to get 7 goals in 16 games, and at the short amount of time that he was at the club, he managed to win the Saudi Pro League and the Asian Champions League. Something that not even Ronaldo managed. But now, going back to Ronaldo, we can see he had a fairly basic couple of seasons at PSG before leaving, only picking up 2 goals in Europe, 2 goals in the Cup, adding them to his total. He even managed to add 3 more trophies while at PSG, 2 of them being the league title. But now that we finally caught up, it's time to see how Ronaldo and Messi do in each other's boots for the future. So what we're going to do is jump ahead to 2046 and have a look at their careers after they finish. Starting off with Ronaldo, he moved to Inter Miami and again had a fairly average career. He didn't do anything amazing, only adding 5 more goals in the League's Cup, which is their continental competition that they take part in. However, Messi had more success over at Al Nassr. Messi would go on to score 30 goals in the Asian Champions League. These goals would be crucial in helping Al Nassr win the Asian Champions League, as well as another Saudi Pro League. So, if we stick with Messi, we can see that he gained 490 goals in 1,113 games over his career, while Ronaldo got 484 goals in 1,061. These amount of goals bring them very close to each other, with Ronaldo only just beating Messi by 0.01 goal per game, meaning club-wise, Ronaldo has won this experiment. But now we're going to go look at the national games. Ronaldo at Argentina managed to clock in 160 games, scoring 106 goals, while Messi at Portugal did 165 games at 87 goals. So we can clearly see Ronaldo had a much better international career as well. But when we look at the tournament wins, we can see it was a lot closer, both of them winning 2 titles each, and only winning their titles roughly at the same times as each other. Okay, so earlier we saw Cristiano Ronaldo won a Ballon d'Or, but have either of them managed to do it again? And the good news is, yes. Since Cristiano's first award, Ronaldo and Messi have both managed to add 4 each, which means Cristiano Ronaldo in this experiment has managed to beat Messi by 1 Ballon d'Or. Right, let's compare the real life performance versus the Football Manager performance. So, Ronaldo's real life will go up against Messi's Football Manager. Messi's real life will go up against Cristiano's. In Ronaldo's real career, he scored 715. Messi scored 490 trying to replicate it, while Messi in real life scored 715 goals also, which is amazing. I didn't realise this, but when I added it up, they actually have the same amount of goals. In Football Manager, Ronaldo only managed 484 goals per game, which means Messi has done a better job at trying to recreate the real life results. And with that, both managers finally retired. Both of them seemingly wanting to become managers though. So if you'd like me to continue this experiment to see how Messi and Ronaldo do as managers in this save, let me know in the comments, and if so, I will come back and carry on this simulation. If you liked that video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to watch more videos, you can check out last week's video where Football Manager predicted the 23-24 season. See you later. Bye.